Hello, I'm Steve Olson, the Manager of Training Services for Mesa. In this video, I'd like to take a look at a new feature in Inventor 2023 where you can add iLogic rules and forms to your ribbon. So I know personally from my own use of Inventor that I do a lot of iLogic with forms and rules and things like that. I'd like to add those to my ribbon, or at least give myself a button that I could do that. And there was ways to do that, but they were very complicated. Now this is incredibly easy. So just to point out what I have here is in this file, in my iLogic tab, I've got my rules, forms, global forms, and external rules. And this applies really to global forms and external rules that we can use this for. So I have this little iProperty editor that just allows me to enter my main normal iProperties. So what I can do is if I go to Tools, I can go to Customize. So what they've given us the ability to do is on this left-hand side here, I have the ability to use iLogic rules and iLogic forms from the left-hand drop-down. Over here on the right-hand side, I can say where I want to go. And it's actually smart enough to recognize that I'm in an assembly file in the Tools tab, which I don't want to put my button there. I'd rather add it to, let's say, my Assemble tab. So I'll make sure I am on the Assemble tab. And then here is my iProperty editor. And I can hit Add, and it'll add it over here. And so I can decide if I want to have a large button, and if I want to have the text to it. If I say OK here and jump back to my Assemble, you'll see that I have a nice big iLogic rule here with the name next to it, just to show you what the alternatives are. If I go back into that Customize and jump back to my Assemble tab, if I turn off the large icon and say OK here, you can see I get a little bit more of a smaller icon, but I still get the name. So that's one of those two would probably be the best one. I actually tried turning off the text before. It just gives me the icon, and it's not really easy to know which one that is unless I only have one. But the same thing holds true in, say, a drawing. If I jump over to a drawing, if I go to Customize here, I'll go to my Place Views, because that's one of the main ones we would use. If I go to iLogic rules here, I have a couple different versions of one that would create a PDF for me. So I can select it, move it over, and again, same type of situation. Actually, I think I like just the small icon with the text. Say OK, and if I jump back to my Place Views, there we go. If I click on it, it'll run that rule, which basically ends up creating that PDF for me. Well, that's all for now. I'd love to hear what you think of this new feature in the comments below. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me at my email address there on the screen. And as always, thanks for watching.